Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Plus Podcast. I'm Danny, your guide, and I'm glad you're here to explore the ever-growing world of knowledge with me. Well, this week, we've been diving into a topic that isn't just a hot trend, but something that's truly shaping our collective future, living in the age of AI. And let me tell you, if you thought science fiction was just for movies and books, well, think again. We are literally living in a future that people once only imagined, and it's happening incredibly fast. Now, before we get into today's topic, let's paint a quick picture of the world we're in now. Remember those old black and white movies with the clunky, slow-moving robots? Or maybe the super smart, often evil AIs from sci-fi thrillers? Well, the reality of AI today is both simpler and much more powerful. It's not about robots taking over the world, though a small part of us might find that a little bit exciting, don't you think? But it's not about that. It's about the algorithms that guess what you'll buy next, the voice assistants that book your appointments, the medical tools that spot diseases with amazing accuracy, and even creative programs that can make art, music, and stories on command. AI is an invisible but powerful force that's quietly changing industries, opening up new possibilities, and most importantly for us today, creating a whole new world of job opportunities. The age of AI isn't just a tech upgrade. It's a massive shift in how our society works, and it demands our attention and understanding. And like any big change, it brings a mix of questions, worries, and exciting new chances. Are we just supposed to be passengers along for the ride, hoping it all works out? Or can we be the ones who help build and steer this technology? For many, the speed of AI's progress can feel overwhelming, like standing at the base of a huge mountain, not sure how to even start climbing. But don't worry, today's episode is designed to be your guide through all of this. We're not just going to talk about the AI revolution. I'm sure we've covered that in the earlier episodes. We're going to look at how you can become a key part of it. The main question we're tackling today is practical and forward-thinking. What are the top current and future jobs in AI, and what can you do to be qualified for them? Well, this won't be a quick overview with a few buzzwords. We're going to dig into the real pathways, skills, and education you'll need to do more than just survive, to actually thrive in this new world. We'll break down the roles that are in high demand right now, the new specialties that are just starting to emerge, and even some of the jobs I think will define the AI-driven economy of tomorrow. So, my friends, get comfortable and get ready to tackle some big questions that will help light up your path forward. But before we dig in, let me tell you about the things we're going to discuss in today's episode. First, as AI works its way into every part of our lives, is it a job destroyer or a job creator? Now, this is a huge worry for a lot of people, and we need to face it head on. Are we looking at mass unemployment, or are we at the start of an era filled with new opportunities for human cleverness? We'll explore both sides and offer a balanced view that will hopefully calm some fears and spark some ambition. Second, what does working in AI actually mean if you're not a computer scientist or a data engineer? People often picture AI work as just coding in a dark room. But is that the whole story? Are there roles for creative people, for those who think about ethics, or for people who are great at communication and strategy? We'll uncover this surprising range of careers that are essential for developing AI responsibly and effectively. Third, for those of us who feel a bit behind on the latest tech talk, is it too late to switch to an AI-related field? Is it too hard to get started? Or are there clear paths to learn new skills no matter where you are in your career right now? We'll look at all the options, from university degrees to intense bootcamps and self-study, showing that the future of work is flexible and open to anyone willing to learn. Fourth, and this is where it gets really interesting, what are the future AI jobs that we can't even fully imagine yet? How do you prepare for a role that doesn't exist, using skills that aren't even defined? We'll take an educated guess based on current trends and show you how to think ahead so you can anticipate the future job market, not just react to it. And finally, how can we make sure our work in AI is not only good for our careers, but also ethically sound? With great power comes great responsibility. And AI is a powerful tool that needs a strong ethical foundation. We'll touch on why it's so important to build ethical thinking into every AI job, ensuring that people remain at the center of this technological revolution. Now, my friends, I have to stress that what I'm offering today is just a starting point, a solid introduction to the huge topic of AI and the current job landscape in AI. To really understand its impact and become an expert, you'll need to do your own diligent research. You'll need to dive into specialized articles, academic papers, and expert analysis, and get some hands-on experience. Now, real transformative knowledge is rarely found in shortcuts. It's built through asking questions, thinking critically, and committing to always learning. Now, think of this episode as your compass, pointing you toward new territories to explore. But it's not the final destination, definitely not. So, get ready to be enlightened, challenged, and most of all, inspired. The future isn't just coming, it's already here, and it needs your unique talents. So let's explore the world of AI careers together. Now let's get to the core of today's episode, breaking down the job market in artificial intelligence. We're not just watching the AI revolution from the sidelines. I'm giving you a guide to become an active player who helps shape this amazing era. My goal is to give you the knowledge to spot opportunities and, more importantly, to get ready to grab them. Now first, let's address the elephant in this digital room. The big worry that AI is just going to get rid of jobs. It is true that AI-driven automation will change some jobs and make certain repetitive tasks obsolete. But the idea that everyone's going to be employed is, well, I think way too simple and mostly just fear-mongering. History shows us that big technological changes, from farming to factories to the internet, have always shuffled the job market and created completely new types of work that no one could have imagined before. AI is no different. It's not just taking jobs, it's creating a whole new ecosystem of roles that need human creativity, ethical judgment, and complex problem solving, exactly the things humans are still best at. Now think about it like this. When spreadsheet software came out, bookkeepers didn't all disappear. Their jobs just changed. They spent less time adding up columns by hand and more time analyzing financial data to offer smart advice. In the same way, AI will boost our own abilities, automate the boring stuff, and free up our minds for more important and complex work. The key is not to fight the change, but to learn how to ride the wave. So what does this new job market look like? Well, let's break it down into the current high-demand jobs and the future jobs that are just starting to appear, and then we'll talk about how you can get qualified. Let's start talking about the current high-demand roles in AI, and that's the foundation of the revolution. Well, these are the jobs that are essential right now for creating, launching, and maintaining AI systems. These are the builders, trainers, and guardians of the new tech world. And let me start with the first one, Machine Learning Engineer, or MLE, and that's the AI builder. Now, if AI were a skyscraper, the machine learning engineer would be the lead architect and builder, designing the blueprints and making sure the whole thing is strong and functional. MLEs are the link between research ideas and real-world working AI systems. They design, build, and maintain the algorithms that let machines learn from data and make predictions. This is more than just coding, by the way. It's about understanding the math, the statistics, and the computer science needed to bring AI models to life. So what exactly do they do? Well, they take machine learning models and get them running in real-world products. This includes preparing data, choosing the right model, training it, and continuously improving it. They build the infrastructure that AI runs on. Think of the recommendation system on Netflix, the fraud detection system at your bank, or the self-driving technology in a car. MLEs build those. So, now we know what MLEs do. Let's think about the key qualifications needed to become an MLE. Well, the key qualifications are a strong background in computer science, often with a master's or even a PhD. You need to be great at programming languages like Python and R, and know your way around ML frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and scikit-learn. A deep understanding of algorithms, cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and distributed computing is also key. A portfolio of projects you've built often speaks louder than a degree, by the way. So here the question is, how do I get qualified? Well, if you don't have a computer science degree, look into extensive boot camps focused on machine learning. Online platforms like Coursera, edX, and Udacity have great specialization programs. Building a portfolio is essential. Try Kaggle competitions, contribute to open source projects, and build your own projects to show you can take a model from an idea to a working product. So that's about the machine learning engineer. Next, let's talk about the data scientist, the insight miner. Now, data scientists are closely related to MLEs, to machine learning engineers, but they focus more on pulling valuable insights out of huge piles of data. They're like modern-day alchemists, turning raw, messy information into gold. In this case, actionable business ideas. They ask the right questions, analyze the data, and then tell a story with their findings to help companies make better decisions. So, what do? They collect, clean, and analyze complex data to find patterns and build predictive models. This involves statistics, data visualization, and machine learning. They work with company leaders to understand business problems and use data to solve them. And now let's talk about the key qualifications for this role. A strong background in statistics, math, or computer science is a must, and many have advanced degrees. Now, you need to be skilled in Python or R for analysis and know SQL for getting data from databases. Experience with data visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI and big data tech like Spark is a big plus. Now, don't underestimate communication skills. You have to be able to explain complex ideas in a simple way. So, how do you get qualified? Well, like with MLEs, bootcamps and online courses are a great way to start. Now, focus on getting a solid grasp of statistics. Practical experience is key, so work on personal projects that show you can handle data from start to finish. Learn to tell a good story with data. That's what makes a data scientist truly great. So that's about the data scientist. Next, let's talk about AI ethicist or responsible AI lead. And that's the moral compass. Now, as AI gets more powerful, the ethical questions surrounding it become incredibly important. The AI ethicist is a newer but fast-growing role that acts as the conscience of the AI development process. They work to make sure AI systems are fair, transparent, and don't cause harm. The job bridges the gap between technology and human values. So, what do? Well, they analyze the ethical risks of AI systems, create guidelines for responsible AI, and advise engineering teams on how to build ethics into their designs from the start. They tackle big issues like algorithmic bias, data privacy, and the potential for AI to be misused. So what are the key qualifications here? Well, this role is multidisciplinary. People come from backgrounds in philosophy, law, sociology, or public policy, usually combined with a good understanding of how AI works. You need strong analytical and critical thinking skills. Empathy and the ability to explain complex moral problems in a practical way are essential. So how do you get qualified to do this? Well, look into advanced degrees or certifications in applied ethics or technology law. Get involved with research and professional groups focused on responsible AI. Now, you need to understand the legal side of things, like data privacy laws, for example, GDPR. That's about the AI ethicist. And we still have more too to talk about for the current jobs in high demand in the field of AI today. Next, let's talk about the AI researcher, the frontier explorer. AI researchers are the pioneers pushing the limits of what AI can do. They work on new theories, design new algorithms, and conduct experiments to advance the entire field. Their work is what leads to the next generation of AI applications. So what do? Well, they explore new AI methods, develop cutting-edge models, and publish their findings in academic papers. Their work could be anything from creating new types of neural networks to finding new ways for AI to learn. So what are the qualifications for this role? Well, this almost always requires a PhD in a field like computer science or AI. A strong record of publication in top AI conferences is usually expected. You need to be an expert in advanced math and have a deep understanding of AI concepts, along with strong programming skills. So how do you get qualified? Well, this is typically an academic path. You'll need to pursue a doctorate, join a research lab, and aim to get your work published. You have to have a real passion for science and be comfortable with trial and error. So you can say that this role is a little bit more academic than the rest. And maybe it still needs the traditional learning trajectory, like you go to university, you get your degree, your master's, your PhD to do this. But that's just one type of job in the world of AI today, right? We talked about others that don't necessarily need a degree. And now let's finish one that is more related to management. AI Product Manager, the visionary conductor. The AI Product Manager is the critical link between what AI can do technically and what customers actually need. They set the vision and strategy for AI-powered products, making sure the tech is used to solve real problems and create real value. They mix business smarts with a solid understanding of AI. So, what do? They find market opportunities for AI, research user needs, and define what the product should do. They work closely with engineers and data scientists to build and launch AI products, managing the whole process from idea to finished product. What about the key qualifications here? Well, you need a mix of business knowledge, technical understanding. Well, you don't have to code, but you must get the concepts. And you need great communication skills. Many come from a background in product management or business and have learned about AI. And an MBA here can be helpful. So, how do you get qualified? Well, it can be helpful to get experience as a traditional product manager first. Then dive into AI by taking courses, going to conferences, and networking. Learn to explain the business value of AI and understand how it's developed. So, my friends, these are just 5 examples of current high-demand roles in AI. We talked about machine learning engineer, data scientist, AI ethicist, AI researcher, and AI product manager. Next, we're going to talk about something a little bit visionary. We're going to talk about future and emerging roles in AI. What's on the horizon? Maybe some of these jobs are not there yet, but I highly predict that they're going to be there very soon. So maybe preparing for those is more suitable for your goals. That's what we're going to talk about next, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. As AI keeps evolving, new jobs will pop up. These are roles that are just starting to take shape, but will likely be a big deal in the near future. So getting ready for them means thinking ahead. Now let's start with the first one. Prompt engineer or AI interaction designer. That's the AI whisperer. Well, this is one of the newest and most interesting jobs out there, especially with the rise of AI like ChatGPT. A prompt engineer doesn't just type commands. They are experts at crafting the perfect prompts to get exactly what they want from an AI model. This requires a deep understanding of how these models think. So what will prompt engineers do? Well, they will design and fine-tune prompts to get AI to do specific things like write code, create marketing text, or generate images. They'll figure out the best ways for people to talk to AI and help design user-friendly AI tools. So what are the key qualifications here? Well, you need amazing communication skills, a love for precise language, and strong problem-solving abilities. A creative and experimental mindset is a must. And hands-on experience with tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney is a huge plus. So how do you get qualified? Well, the best way is to get your hands dirty. Play with generative AI tools constantly. Read up on prompt engineering and join online communities where people share tips. Build a portfolio that shows you can get complex results by writing clever prompts. This is a field where you learn by doing. And trust me, this is something that anybody can do. It doesn't even need a degree of any kind. So, that's the first one. The second one is AI trainer or data annotator, the teacher of machines. Well, the demand for skilled AI trainers is booming. These are the people who teach AI by feeding it clean, labeled data. The better the data, the smarter the AI. As AI gets more advanced, the need for high-quality training data is more critical than ever. So what do these people do? Well, carefully label images, text, or other data so that AI models can learn from it. This can be detailed work that requires good judgment. Now, AI trainers might also review the AI's answers, correct its mistakes, and provide feedback to help it improve. The key qualifications here are great attention to detail, patience, and the ability to follow complex rules. Specific knowledge in a field like medicine or law can be a big advantage, of course. It's often an entry-level role, but you can advance to more strategic positions from here. So, how do you get qualified? Well, you can start on online platforms that offer data annotation tasks. Look for companies that specialize in data labeling. As you get more experience, you can move into more complex roles where you help shape the data strategy. And next, let's talk about AI integration specialist, the seamless blender. As more companies adopt AI, they'll need experts who can weave AI technology into their existing systems. These specialists make sure AI isn't just a cool add-on, but a core part of how the business runs. So what will these people do? Well, they will figure out how to connect AI solutions with a company's current software and business processes. This requires a deep understanding of both AI and older systems, plus strong software engineering skills. The key qualifications here, well, a strong background in software engineering, especially with APIs and cloud platforms. Now, you need to understand how different AI models work and how to deploy them. And of course, project management skills here are also very valuable. So how do you get qualified? Well, you'll need to build your skills as a full-stack developer with a focus on cloud computing. Take courses on AI system architecture and MLOps or machine learning operations. Look for jobs at companies that are actively bringing AI into their products. This might be a great opportunity for you if you prepare for it today. So that's about AI integration specialist. Let's talk next about AI governance and policy expert, the rule maker. Now, beyond just ethics, AI needs clear laws and regulations. These experts will help companies and governments navigate the legal landscape, ensuring AI is used safely and fairly. Well, what will these people do? Well, they will create internal AI policies for companies, make sure they follow government regulations, and help shape public policy debates around AI. They are the bridge between the legal, technical, and government worlds. So what are the key qualifications here? Well, a background in law, public policy, or risk management combined with a strong understanding of AI. You'll need excellent analytical and communication skills as well. And how do you get qualified? Well, you'll need to pursue a degree in law or public policy with a focus on technology. Get involved with organizations that are working on AI policy frameworks and stay up to date on global regulations. So that's about becoming an AI governance and policy expert. Finally, let's talk about cognitive systems engineer or human AI teaming specialist, the collaboration architect. In the future, AI won't just do tasks for us. It will work with us. These engineers will design systems where humans and AI collaborate as a team, combining the best of both worlds. What will these people do? Well, they will design interfaces that allow humans and AI to work together smoothly. They'll study how to build trust between people and machines and create systems for things like AI-assisted medical diagnosis or human-robot teams in manufacturing. But the key qualifications here? Well, a background in cognitive psychology, human-computer interaction, or systems engineering. Now, you need to understand both AI and human behavior. So how do you get qualified? Well, study fields like human-computer interaction or cognitive science with focus on AI. Now, gain experience in user experience research and design. Learn about AI transparency and how to make AI's decisions understandable to humans. So, these are 10 ideas, 5 from the current jobs that are in high demand, and 5 jobs that I think will be in high demand in the near future. And of course, these are not all the jobs, but I tried to cover as much as possible in as many different fields as possible. And I guess that you can find at least one of those to be achievable and, more importantly, desirable by you. So now that we've talked about these, next we're going to talk about what you can do to be qualified. Your personal AI blueprint. That's what we're going to talk about next. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Now that we've looked at the jobs, now let's talk about how you can actually prepare for them. It's not the same path for everyone, obviously, but here are some key strategies. 1. Always be learning. The world of AI changes incredibly fast. What's new today could be old news tomorrow. So the most important quality you can have is a curiosity and a commitment to always be learning. Read industry news, follow top researchers online, and constantly experiment with new tools. And my second tip is get the basics down. Now, no matter which AI job you want, some skills are almost always useful, like math and statistics. You need a good handle on linear algebra, calculus, and probability. You don't have to be a math genius, but understanding the principles behind algorithms is key. And programming, and here I have to say Python is king. Python is the go-to language for AI because of its powerful libraries like NumPy, Pandas, TensorFlow, and PyTorch. Try to learn this well as you can. And next, we got data literacy. You must be comfortable working with data, collecting it, cleaning it, analyzing it, and explaining it. This means knowing things like SQL for databases. And finally, problem solving. At its heart, AI is a tool for solving problems. Being able to break down a complex challenge and figure out a way to tackle it is a crucial skill. Now, my third tip is choose your learning path. There are many ways to get the knowledge you need. Of course, there are the traditional degrees like bachelor's, master's, PhD. Now, for deep research roles, a university degree in computer science or data science or a related field is still the standard path, especially for deep research roles. But that's not the only way, of course. You got online courses. Platforms like Coursera, edX, and Udacity offer amazing courses from top universities and companies. They're great for learning specific skills or making a career change. There's also the bootcamps. These intensive programs can be a fast way to switch careers, offering focused training in high-demand skills. Just be sure to research them carefully because some of them are not as good and some of them are not for you. And that's the most important thing. While some might be great, you will have to research them very well to know that this is the bootcamp that is good for you at the specific level that you are. You don't want to waste money because usually bootcamps are not that cheap, right? And then there's the certifications. Certifications from companies like Amazon, AWS, or Google can prove your skills on their specific cloud AI platforms. And these are not that difficult to get. So, as I told you, it's important to choose your learning path. And next, it's important to build a portfolio of projects. Well, this is probably the most important step. It's one thing to know the theory, but it's another to show you can actually build things. Start with some personal projects. Find a data set you're interested in and build something. Document your process so you can show it to potential employers later. There's also the Kaggle competitions. These are online data science competitions that give you real-world problems to solve. They're a fantastic way to learn, by the way. And there's also the open source contributions. Contributing to an open source AI project shows you can work as part of a team. And there's also the internships. If you're just starting, an internship is a great way to get real-world experience. So that's about building a portfolio of projects, which is very important. But that's not everything. Next, develop domain expertise. Now, AI can be used in almost any industry. If you combine AI skills with deep knowledge of a specific field like healthcare, finance, or art, you become incredibly valuable. Whatever you're doing right now, this could be a great asset if you couple it with AI skills. So your current job experience could be your greatest asset. And next, sharpen your soft skills. I know it's counterintuitive to say that you need to work on your soft skills when all we've been talking about is just AI and technology and stuff that is just numbers, zeros and ones. But trust me, this is becoming more important than ever. Being a tech genius isn't enough. You also need to be good at communication. You need to be able to explain complex technical ideas to people who aren't experts. You need collaboration. AI projects are team sports, always. You have to be able to work well with people. And there's the ethical thinking as well. Understanding the ethical side of AI is becoming a core skill for everyone in the field. And there's also adaptability. The field is always changing. You have to be able to learn new things quickly and adapt. And finally, don't forget to network. Go to industry meetups and conferences, even online ones. Join forums and connect with people on LinkedIn. Networking can lead to mentors, job offers, and great advice. So you can't go wrong with that. As we wrap up, I want to be clear. This episode is just a starting point, a guide to get you going. The world of AI is not a shallow pond, it's a deep ocean. And you can't learn to swim with just a quick dip, right? You can't really take shortcuts here. To truly get AI to contribute to it in a meaningful way and to help guide its impact on society, you have to commit to doing the research and learning continuously. Dive into academic papers, wrestle with the complex math, and think about the big philosophical questions. Challenge your own ideas and never stop asking why. Real understanding and mastery come from digging deeper than the headlines. So let this episode be the spark that starts your engine. Take these ideas, think about them, and then push yourself to go out and learn more. The age of AI isn't just a tech trend, it's an invitation to grow your mind, update your skills, and help shape a future we are building alongside intelligent machines. My friends, the opportunities are huge and the challenges are real. But with dedication and a real desire to learn, you can definitely find your place and make your mark in this incredible new era. Thank you very much for joining me on English Plus Podcast. And don't miss tomorrow's episode where we're going to talk about the history of AI. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Thank you for listening. I'll see you again next time.